What if I told you you could get a 72,000% APY on your investment? I know, 72,000% APY, that's practically unheard of. And honestly, for me, that would sound a little bit too good to be true. So that means if I would only invest $1,000 in this particular project, after only 1 year, I would make $720,000. And if I would put in a lot more, let's say the 10 times of it, $10,000, that would make me a millionaire. And in this case, I would make $7.2 million based on a 72,000% APY in 1 single year. Now, surely you'd think, that's too good to be true. It has to be a scam, right? Well, it's actually not a scam, at least not yet. So you might be asking, how does this work? Well, the project and the platform I'm going to be talking about within this video that actually can reward the 72,000% APY, at least that's what they promise, is so-called Wonderland, or also known as Time. And Time, Wonderland, has been trending on Google as of recently. Pretty much it has picked up steam in the past 4 weeks, especially on YouTube social media, and also as we can see on Google Trends right here, allowing some of the early investors that may have picked up at early stages, whether it was in September, October, where not a lot of people had heard of it, making some insane returns on their investment by not only staking, but also investing into this particular project. Right now, Wonderland is on the Avalanche network and is sitting slightly below $6,000 at a 16% increase within the last 24 hours. And a market cap of $335 million and a fully diluted market cap of $1.1 billion with a decrease in volume with approximately $100 million traded. Now, at the highest level, it was at $9,600 to $9,800. And if we would zoom out a little bit more to this particular month, it was actually getting really close to the $10,000 mark and even spiked briefly right here. But in my opinion, that was somewhat of a fluke right here. Probably some kind of investment or a different thing going wrong right here. But a 72,000% APY over the entire year, is that actually a realistic and longevity way to actually make money within the crypto market? That's what we want to talk about within this video. We also want to cover, how does Wonderland Time actually work and how can you make money from it? And also, is it too late? Has the hype died out? Because as of recently, we have only been going downwards with the whole course projection and also with the potential returns. But also this goes hand in hand with the recent market crash this prior weekend. And as of today, Bitcoin is slowly but surely recovering, getting above $51,000, leading to a lot of projects rebound in price once more. And if you're new to this channel, my name is Vilius. Welcome to it. First of all, on this channel, we talk about metaverse, crypto gaming, NFT, practically anything that has to do with fantastic money-making opportunities, something that we are building together for the future, whether it is NFTs, metaverse, crypto gaming. We're all part of a massive community that is just being exposed to what can really be possible in the future metaverse and what we can do in the next 5 to 10 years. And if this is of any interest for you and you enjoy this video at any given point in time, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That is greatly appreciated. Hopefully we will manage to hit the 3K subs anytime soon because we're getting really close to it. Every single subscriber means the world to me. So yeah, talked about that, but actually let's get into the video. What is Wonderland Time and what can it actually do? Now, the initial website wonderland.money is the domain right here. You have 2 different options. You can enter the app or documentation. Under documentation, you can find a lot more in-depth information of how this project actually works. You can also alternatively check out documentation yourself. We will be diving into that a little bit later on in this video, but there is a deep explanation for each individual topic that you might be wondering how it actually works with Wonderland. So if you're curious, definitely check it out. I'll leave the link to this project in the description down below. The DeFi Wonderland financial tools to grow your wealth, stake, and earn compounding interest. And as of right now, there are almost 310,000 people that have staked Wonderland Time with a current treasury balance of $788 million and a current APY of 72,417%. Later on, we will also be entering the app right here. Now, some of you may or may not have heard of Olympus DAO. This is one of the bigger DAOs that was introduced in somewhat of the DeFi 2.0 wave, where the similar concept was introduced and also reaping some fantastic rewards such as 8,000, 7,200% APYs. And this is practically a fork of this exact project, as we can see in the documentation from Wonderland directly. Who created Wonderland? Wonderland is a fork of Olympus on the Avalanche network. To contrary, Olympus is actually on the Ethereum network. So let's say, for example, if someone would want to make these fantastic gains and invest into Olympus, on Ethereum, they would have to sometimes pay a few $100s in gas fees, whereas with the Avalanche network, yes, it may be a little bit more complicated to invest. A lot of people haven't used the Avalanche network as of yet, and it is a lot more cheaper, faster. I'm a big fan of the Avalanche network, and this is a big plus point in comparison to Olympus. Our team is mostly anonymous, born from the DeFi community. We aim at becoming this decentralized autonomous organization. So talking about a DAO, Olympus Ohm is a DAO right now. They're currently sitting at a price point of $531. And at one point, they were sitting at a much, much higher level at $1,400. So they were 3 times the current market cap that they're sitting right now. So they were at multi-billions of dollars. This was where it initially sparked the idea from. And Olympus DAO practically works the same way. And this is just a much more rewarding APY in terms of gains. As we can see, 7,248% current APY with $2.6 billion total value locked in, a $740 million treasury balance for Olympus DAO right now. I'm not going to be going too much in detail right here. So to keep it simple, Wonderland is practically a fork of Olympus DAO. So a somewhat improved version with even higher APYs to their name in comparison to Olympus. So here explained a little bit further in the introduction under the documentation. What is Wonderland? Wonderland is the first decentralized reserve currency protocol available on the Avalanche network based on the TIME token. Each TIME token is backed by a basket of assets, example given, MIM, TIME, AVAX, LP tokens, etc., in the Wonderland treasury, giving it an intrinsic value that it cannot fall below. Wonderland also introduces economic and game theoretic dynamics into the market through staking and minting. And what is the point of Wonderland? Our goal is to build a policy-controlled currency system native on the Avalanche network in which the behavior of the TIME token. In the long term, we believe this system can be used to optimize for stability and consistency so that TIME can function as a global unit of account and medium of exchange currency. In the short term, we intend to optimize the system for growth and wealth creation. We intend to achieve price flatness for a representative basket of goods without the use of fiat currency in order to allow cryptocurrency industry to detach once and for all from the traditional finance world. So that's briefly a quick explanation what Wonderland is, what's the point of it, and what it actually does. But now you might be thinking, now 72,000% APY, that still has to be a scam, right? Well, actually, that's not the case, and I like to say as of yet. Now, 72,000% APY, that honestly has to be too good to be true and has to be a scam, right? Well, no. Actually, not as of yet, and honestly, I don't think it will be at any time soon. Now, there are a lot of these DAOs that have been popping up recently, and these are practically as cash grabs, money grabs, etc., as a lot of people, as this was a trend for the past 2 months and will be continue being a trend after Olympus DAO, Wonderland was really taking off as well. You'll see more and more DAOs like these taking off and being introduced as money grabs, and they will probably run away with the money. But in this case, Wonderland has a lot of influencers, backed creators that have already experimented with this and also have seen some fantastic rewards on this. So if you want to check out some of their videos, definitely check it out, where some people make some fantastic gains within 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks and actually shows how much they have made throughout this time. Now, also a big factor that this isn't a scam is that the founder is actually doxed and well known within the crypto community already. His name is Daniel Sestegali, and he has worked on different projects in the past, such as Zulu Republic, a very known project, Utopia, Genesis Basis, and also Popsicle Finance, Abracadabra, and also Wonderland in this year alone. However, one thing that I should preface in advance is that Wonderland is, as of right now, as of the recording, not yet audited. So Wonderland is currently unaudited. It is a fork of Olympus DAO on the Avalanche network. Audits will occur at a later stage. Stay cautious. And now you might be wondering, okay, now that's all well and good, but how can you actually profit from Wonderland TIME directly? So how do I participate in Wonderland? There are 2 main strategies for market participants: staking and also minting. Stakers take their TIME tokens in return for more TIME tokens, while minters provide LP tokens or MIM tokens in exchange for discounted TIME tokens after a fixed vesting period. So for example, what is MIM? MIM is Magic Internet Money. Magic Internet Money is a stable coin backed by interest-bearing tokens issued by Abracadabra Money. So practically one thing that you should remember for this particular project is that every single time token is backed by one MIM token. So that means it doesn't matter how far time can actually fall, it will never fall below $1 price point, which is the exact price point of Magic Internet Money. So this is like practically the floor price of MIM directly and also of time directly. So time will never be worth less than $1 single dollar, as it is backed, not pegged, big difference right here, by MIM, Magic Internet Money, which is also explained in the documentation very rigorously right here if you guys want to see a little bit more information right here. To give you guys a better understanding how you can actually make money from this is that you can stake and also mint. Mint, for example, you see you have some mint discounts right here, 6.29% for MIM, Time MIM, AVAX MIM, W wrapped AVAX right here. So practically you buy this given price point at a lower price. So you would say you buy MIM at $5,600, and at one point as Wonderland Time was at $8,000 mark, and it has dropped ever since crypto markets are recovering again. You could speculate, okay, this is currently now at a discount price, and it could go up by the time that I actually get back this particular time token. So therefore, you're practically lending this money, you're buying this money at this given price point, hoping that this price will go up, but that could be not necessarily the case. That could be practically you reserve this token at this given price point, which you will receive in approximately 5 to 6 days time. But if you guys want to find out more, it is all documented in the documentation section right here. But the other thing that is also going to be a lot more interesting for a lot of you guys is going to be stake. So practically you buy time and you stake it right here and earn on a daily basis by a percentage of more and more people getting into this particular project. And what is interesting to see and use right here is going to be the actual calculator, so that you can see how much money you can actually make after a given time. And one memo is practically the equivalent of time. So basically one memo is one mime. So that would be $5,956. You would obtain one memo, right? So one mime, so practically $6,000. After 30 days, based on these current statistics, 72,404 APY and this current price point, if nothing would change, after 30 days, you would have a potential return of $10,232. So approximately $4,000 profits, which after 1 month is fantastic. Then you guys could play around and move it up to 60 days. So after 2 months, you would have a return on investment of $17,577. So practically 3x your initial investment after only 60 days, giving you approximately $12,000 profit. You could then subtract your initial investment and let these $12,000 profit ride it out. We look a little bit further. You could go to 90 days and you would have 30,000. So then 5x your initial investment and so on. Let's see what I like right here, a potential number of Lambos. You could play around, you can move it around and see how long it would take for you to get your potential first Lambo. And right now with given price point, if you would invest approximately $6,000, it would take you 200 days. Let's see, 201. Actually, exactly 201 days to have a potential return of a number of Lambos. So that would be a potential return of $223,000 after 201 days. So a little bit longer than 6 months, approximately 7 to be honest. And if you would stake it for 1 whole year, that would be 19 potential Lambos and a total return of $4.3 million. So obviously you have the compound interest effect. So the longer you keep it in, the more money you will potentially earn. But keep in mind that you will see potentially an APY decrease every single month, and it's not necessarily sure that the time price will keep maintaining itself because it was only sparking because of the increased demand that we saw right here, and ever since it has been plummeting. But I do still believe this could be a good entry point right here, as I do still believe that Wonderland right here is still a good entry price and could give you some fantastic returns. As we have seen, this is a very, very viable concept. But if you guys want to play around with the calculator, I think it's pretty fun, pretty interesting to see what you could have as your potential investment right here. And even if you would want to do a much smaller amount of 0.2 memo, so approximately $1,200, which I think is a lot more realistic for a lot of people. After 30 days, you would receive almost double your investment, so $2,000. If you'd increase it to 60 days, keeping it in $3,500, so 3.5 or actually closer to 3 times your initial investment, and play around and see what this can actually do. So one last question to answer: is it too late to get into Wonderland Time, or is it still the right time to get in? Well, as I already mentioned, in my opinion, I still don't believe it's the wrong time to get in. Obviously, some of the people that got into September, October made a big chunk of money already, having and experiencing the huge run out right here. Obviously, they made in more because it was a lot more risky, as we see with practically any single given crypto project. The earlier you get in, the more money you will make. that's obvious, right? One thing to also keep in mind, the more people that are staking on Wonderland, the less the current APY actually is. So that means this treasury balance has to be spread amongst these given people, and the more people that come in, obviously the less your API will become. And the more people that get out, the higher the API. So that's something to keep in mind right here. So it has pros and cons right here. And just looking at the sheer market cap right here, we're currently sitting at a $333 million market cap in comparison to Olympus, which is 1/3 of it right now. And it was at a much higher point, 3 times the given price point. So in comparison to that, we still have a long way to go. And before we end off this video, one thing that I think I should mention right here is that you also have a backing per time. So that means if time would entirely collapse, you would have a backing of $2,162. So let's say you would have invested $10,000 or any given sum, you would at least have $2,162 back. So you wouldn't lose out entirely. So that minimizes the risk somewhat. But that pretty much wraps up this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video about Wonderland Time. I thought it was a super interesting topic to cover, as 72,000% APY is fascinating to me, something that has practically been unheard of. And I thought I would want to share it with you guys and see if you guys would enjoy that as well. And let me know if you guys have heard of Wonderland Time in the past, or if I should check out any other different DAO projects such as this one, or if I should just stick with the metaverse, crypto gaming, and also NFT topic videos. That wraps up this video. If you guys did enjoy it, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow with another banger. Bye-bye.